Hello! Welcome! For those of you who are joining me now, this is the consonants section of Hangeul. We are learning how to pronounce the consonants, or the basic consonants of the Korean alphabet. Hangeul. Hangeul. See? English? Korean. Simple as that. Now, here we go. Korean consonants. Actually, I hate to admit, I had no idea how to spell consonants, so I had to look it up. Don't judge me. So, this here is B. It makes a B sound. Like B, but you don't say B, it's just the B. This makes a J sound, but it's like a hard J. So, B, J. So it's a harsh J. It's not like James. It's like James. Like if you're mad at James, so you have to say J really hard, so he knows that you're angry with him, and he's gonna get his hide tanned or a timeout, depending on your parenting preferences. So J. This is a similar sound to a D. So D, B, J, D. So all of them are very sharp sounds, like very harsh, like no soft or silent L's or B's or D's or whatever English has. Nope, don't worry about any of that. These are all harsh sounds, so be happy. B, J, D, and this is a G. So some people romanize it as G or K. I don't like doing that because it's confusing because there's another letter it's very similar that sounds more like K. So it's a G. So it's like a G that's in your throat. Like you're cleaning out the gunk in there. So G. Not K. It's different. So B, J, D, K. This is S. So M, the box is I apologize. The box is M. The L, confusing enough, is N. So N. And then this one is a tricky little fellow. So what I will explain to you in how to spell things, this tricky little who's what's it can either be silent or make an ng sound, like how you say going. It's the end of that, so it's the ing sort of, the ng. So n, ng, or it's silent, but that will be explained. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. This can be an L or an R. People romanize it differently, and it does sound differently depending on the word. There's no specific rule, unfortunately. It just kind of happens. I mean, there's probably some rule, but it's just kind of convoluted and weird. So, do. It's like that. In between an R and an L, just kind of make some sort of guttural noise that resembles you saying like an R and L at the same time, like do. So, duh. And of course, you can just listen to it over and over again until you get it. So, do. This is an H sound. So, huh. Here is the one I was talking about. See, it's very similar looking, and it has an extra little chicka. So, this is a k. K. Very similar. But this one's a harsh K. So it's a definite K. This is similar to this one, the D, and this is a T. So, D, T. They also sound very similar, and some people romanize them differently depending on who you're talking to. So, but this is a T. And then Ch is also similar to the J, but it's a much harsher sound, like ch, ch, like check, please, check, versus James, check, Jack, or James. So j and ch, ch, d and t, and g and k. And then the last one is a p. So that's similar to the B sound. B, p, b, p. So people get confused sometimes because they're not quite sure what the sounds are. But that's how I differentiate them. But a lot of times if you hear a native Korean speaker or someone speaking Korean, a lot of times it might sound like one of the B's sounds like a P, or the D sounds like a T. But it's more like for the use of beginning stuff, and once you get a hang of it, it's not as important, because then you'll learn the words and you'll learn the vocab and you'll get a hang of how to say and pronounce things. So this is just for the beginning though, so don't worry. So b, j, d, g, s, m, n, silent or d, h, k, t, ch, or p. So those are all the basic Korean consonants. And you might want to review those and practice them, and practice. Another thing that helps is writing them down. And I know there are a lot of resources on the internet where you can print out like little kindergarten sheets of like how to write things, and it'll show you how to write them. And I suggest printing those out and repeating to yourself while you write them, or each letter, like writing g over and over and then go g, 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 like that. It really does help. It makes you feel kind of stupid if you're all alone or if someone overhears you and they're like, oh, are you crazy? But it really does help. So now the next video will be compound vowels and double consonants.